For years, there were MoviePass. But is MoviePass on the way out? After all, there is a new game in town, AMC Stubs A-List, and this offers to be the MoviePass killer. But what is it, and is that true? Hello, I am Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and just for full disclosure, I'm an investor in Helos and Matheson, who owns MoviePass, as well as AMC Theaters. So while I am personally invested in both of these companies succeeding on a certain level, I am here to tell you what service is good for you. Is AMC Stubs A-List a great alternative? Is it the MoviePass killer? Or is there still reason to hang on to MoviePass? We're going to do an in-depth review, so let's start playing the music and get going. AMC Stubs A-List is the AMC version of MoviePass. I hate to use their competitor to directly describe them, but that's pretty much how it is. Have you heard of MoviePass? Have you heard of Cinemia? That's what AMC Movie Stubs is. It's basically a way where for one flat monthly fee, you can get to see multiple movies a month at their locations, and unlike the other services, there is no card to worry about. It's all on the app or on your desktop if you feel like printing out a lot of paper. How it works is pretty simple. You go onto your app, you select a movie, you select a time, and you select a theater. And then you go to the theater. After you have selected your movie and gone to the theater, there is a barcode that you will scan on your phone, and then you get to watch the movie. I've actually made a separate video showing the process step by step. It's not very complicated, but needless to say, that's what it is. You just check in, you pick your movie, you go see it. With AMC Stubs A-List, you can see 3 movies a week of your choice. They can be 2D, 3D, IMAX, D-Box, Dine-In, whatever. There are no restrictions at how many times you can see a particular movie. You can use all of your tickets in one day if you want, and you can even make reservations. These are already huge advantages that the AMC Stubs A-List has over MoviePass, but there are some restrictions you should be aware of. The first restriction I think I just mentioned, and that is that movies that you don't use don't roll over into the next week. So no, not using the service for 3 weeks and then basically you get to see 9 movies in a day. It's just not going to work that way. Another restriction is obviously it only works at AMC theaters, whereas MoviePass and Cinemia work at Cinemark and Regal and all the independent theater chains. If it doesn't have AMC on the building, you're not going to be able to use the pass. Also, it should be noted that reservations are kind of an odd thing on this app. You can make up to 3 reservations for future movies if you want. However, please keep in mind that those 3 reservations count as your tickets that week. So if you've seen 3 movies that week and you want to make a reservation for a movie next week, you have to wait until the card resets on Friday before you can make that reservation. Also, while they have been pretty generous about letting you see IMAX and 3D and stuff, it should be noted that I tested it out and I have confirmed that Fathom events are not part of the AMC Stubs A-List program. So if you want to see Ghibli Fest or opera or a Broadway production or one of the Turner Classic Movies Classic Movie Nights, that's not going to work on AMC Stubs A-List. You can still use Cinemia or you can pay out of pocket, but the card does have a few restrictions for special event movies. Also, it should be noted that if you decide to cancel your AMC Stubs A-List for whatever reason, you will have to wait 6 months before you can re-sign up. So for those of you who think you're going to sign up for this card and only see it during the summer season, you've got another thing coming to you. You're going to have to keep that subscription even for the months you're not going to the movies very often, if you want to keep it for the times when you do want to use it. And while I don't personally think this is a con, it should be noted, each subscription is for one person. There's no couple plan and there is no family plan yet. So everyone has to have their own individual account before they can use this thing. Oh, by the way, there's one more thing you should be aware about. You know how when you use MoviePass, you have to take a picture of the ticket as a verification that you're actually seeing the movie you're seeing and that you're actually using this thing on a movie theater and how everybody hates it, and that's going to drive people to cinema because they don't like taking the ticket verification. Well, for all you people, I have got very bad news. There is a ticket verification system. How? Well, every time you go to an AMC theaters and you have the barcode, it doesn't matter that you have the phone and the barcode on the phone. They will ask to see your ID. So that is their verification. Now, I sort of understand why they're doing it, because there's nothing to stop people from screen capturing movie ticket barcodes and sending them to other people. I fully acknowledge that's why they're doing it, yet I think that's going to be way more annoying than the movie ticket verification. So when you go to your AMC with your Stubs A-list membership, be prepared to pull out your ID to confirm it's actually you. The cost of AMC Stubs A-List is $19.99 a month, and that is double than that of MoviePass, although depending on what plan you get, it might be cheaper than Cinemia. Now, one of the reasons I can justify paying double for it is, again, the 3D and the IMAX, and of course, repeat viewings. Those are definite benefits that MoviePass does not have. MoviePass has said that they will at some point be letting you see 3D and IMAX movies, but you will have to pay a surcharge. But depending on how many 3D or IMAX movies you see, this could be a huge savings nonetheless. One thing to note, though, is that you do have to commit to at least 3 months of the service when you sign up. They don't charge you all at once, but you need to do 3 months or they penalize you with a cancellation fee, as far as I am aware. There's some punishment for not committing to the actual 3 months. Also, it should be noted that AMC has made comments that if you commit to the 3 months, you are guaranteed the $19.99 price for a full year, which does suggest that AMC plans to, at the very least, raise the prices at some point, or maybe add their own type of surge pricing on top of it. We don't know what this is going to look like yet, but I would definitely assume at this moment in time, by the time of this film recording, which is July 2nd, 2018, that this price point is temporary and it's not going to last forever. Whether or not you decide to cancel MoviePass or Cinemia or Cinema World, Cinemark's little thing, is entirely up to you, of course. I personally think that out of all the movie subscription services, I would probably never cancel MoviePass. And it's not just because I'm an investor. It's because I like the idea of having a card that I could use for independent films, for documentaries, for any theater that I want. I will definitely be using the AMC A-List Stubs the vast majority of the time because of the 3D movies and the IMAX. But there are times when I'm not going to want to go to an AMC, and MoviePass will be my savior at that point. It should also be noted that if you don't have an AMC in your area, then obviously there's no reason to get rid of your MoviePass card. And if you live in a town where you have like 2 or 3 theaters, or heck, even 2, because I have heard some areas have like 2 theaters, one's an AMC, one's a Cinemark, I would be very cautious about canceling your MoviePass subscription, because eventually that other theater is gonna get a movie that AMC will not get. And at that point, even if you don't use MoviePass frequently, one swipe of this makes it worth it. So, my personal opinion, I wouldn't cancel MoviePass, but ultimately it's up to you. For some people who might be surrounded by 5 AMC theaters like I am, who might only watch blockbusters and animated films that are made from Pixar, which I certainly watch a lot more than that. But for those people, AMC Stubs A-List truly might be all you need. But I always like to have a second option in the pocket just to be on the safe side. Ultimately, AMC Stubs A-List is a great deal and a great value. You get a good amount of movies, they can be premium, and one thing I forgot to mention is you also get discounts on concessions, so that encourages more snack buying. Some of the cons include, if you see 3 movies in a week, you can't make a reservation in advance, and you can only make 3 reservations at a time. And of course, there's that looming question now that I've read the terms of service that not only do you have to commit to 3 months, whether you decide this thing is for you or not, But the fact that they have promised that you'll be locked into the $19.99 price point for a year if you commit to those 3 months means that there are probably already plans to raise the price, which is another reason I would have MoviePass in the back pocket, because AMC will probably at some point start putting the surcharges on the premium stuff. I don't know how they can't at this point, because they still have to pay the movie tickets out of pocket for their share, and people are going to gravitate towards the premium options, and I think the card is going to be a little bit more restrictive a year down the road. But as it stands right now, it's a great deal, and you should definitely sign up for it if you are a huge fan of movies, and especially if you're a fan of blockbusters and like seeing movies multiple times. This is clearly a good deal for you. I don't think it's an absolute MoviePass killer for me personally. I think Cinemia is in way more trouble of being canceled at this point, and the Cinemark card, their Cineworld, or what's it called? Actually, it's called the Cinemark Movie Club. That's what it's called. That's the one that there's no reason to sign up for that now. None whatsoever. Not unless they up their game. So, say what you will about MoviePass. They did inspire AMC to do this. AMC has thrown down the gauntlet, and now we're going to have to see how everyone else responds. In the meantime, it's a great deal, and I give it a high recommendation. And that's it for this video. If you enjoy my videos, comment below, thumbs up it, subscribe, ring the bell if you want to get notification for updates. If you really like my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even $1 a month goes a long way to helping the site run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly.